Hey everyone. So today I wanted to do a video about sorority recruitment because right now I'm on winter break. And so that means that spring semester is almost here, and a lot of schools I know have spring recruitment, including my school, which is George Washington University. And I haven't said this before on my channel, but I am in a sorority. I'm in Phi Sigma Sigma. And so I just thought I could have some insight to give you as you're either thinking about going through recruitment or getting ready to go through recruitment. I went through formal recruitment last year, which was my freshman year, and now I'm a sophomore, so I'm going to be doing it again, but this time as a sister. So this is going to be advice for the PNMs, which is potential new members, because I haven't actually done recruitment as a sister yet, but I have been preparing for it, so I do know a little bit about it, but I just haven't actually done it yet. But anyway, so for PNMs, my first tip is don't worry too much about the outfits, because I know as a sister, if I'm gonna vote, if someone should be in my sorority or not in my sorority, my main consideration is not going to be what they were wearing that day. There are so many other things, your personality, what you talk about, all of that is so much more important. What you're wearing, yeah, you have to wear the correct outfit for the day. If they tell you wear a dress, don't show up in a t-shirt and shorts. But at the same time, that's not really the main thing. The main thing is you and being yourself and all of that. Second tip is don't be too nervous, because what you have to remember is that the sisters are nervous too. You think that as a PNM, you're coming in and the sisters are already in the sorority, but if you think about it, the sisters are nervous to be meeting you too, because not only are you selling yourselves to them, they're selling themselves to you because they want you to join their sorority. So just as much as you want to join the sorority and you want to show yourself as a good PNM, they want to show themselves as a good sorority that you should want to join, if that makes sense. So don't be too nervous, because the sisters don't necessarily have it all together either. Third tip is there are some things that you should just stay away from talking about during recruitment. So don't talk about boys. If you have a boyfriend, that's not what we want to talk about. Don't say oh yeah, I'm excited to join a sorority because I want to meet all the frats. That's gonna get you some weird glances. Don't talk about alcohol either. Don't talk about partying. Not saying stay away from these topics and you can't be yourself and you have to pretend you've never heard of sex and you've never been to a college party before. No, that's not what you have to do. But just that's not really what you're there to talk about. It is a semi-professional event, recruitment, so you don't want to, yeah, that's basically it. I actually did make that mistake as a PNM. One of the sisters asked me oh, what are you most excited about in a sorority? And I was oh, the socials, I think that would be so fun. And that's not necessarily a bad thing to say, but at the same time, if you're saying oh, I'm excited for the parties, and you're not saying anything else with more substance, then they're gonna think that you don't have any substance, basically. So I did make that mistake, and I did get cut by that sorority the next day. Which leads me to my fourth tip, which is you will get cut from some sororities, and that's okay. I got cut from a bunch of sororities after the second night of recruitment, and I was pretty upset about it, because I was why would they cut me? Was it because I'm not cool enough for them? Was it because I'm not pretty enough? What was it? Did I say something wrong? Was there something they didn't like about me? Am I too awkward? I am pretty awkward. But you can't really think about it too much, because that stuff's just gonna happen and you just have to let it happen. and you're going to end up in the sorority that's right for you. I know one of my top sororities, one of the ones that I thought I would fit in really well with, they dropped me, and I was so upset about that because I was like, that would have been like the perfect sorority for me, But like, I ended up in a sorority that I love now and that I feel like I fit into. Yeah, so you just don't have to worry too much about getting into like a top sorority, because you're going to get into a sorority with sisters who love you and who you're going to love. So that's what's important, and that is why you should be joining a sorority. My fifth tip is look into sororities, look into what they're about, and make sure you are doing recruitment for the right reasons. You shouldn't be doing recruitment because you want to party. You shouldn't be doing recruitment because you want to meet fraternities. You shouldn't be doing recruitment because you want to take cute pictures. Like, there is more to it than that. It's not like, they go deeper. They do philanthropies. There's a sisterhood, making amazing friends, opportunities for internships, jobs, leadership positions. Those are all great reasons why you could join a sorority. So you should just evaluate why you're joining a sorority so that you know why you want to join a sorority when the sisters ask you, why do you want to join a sorority? Tip, I actually forget what number we're on, but another tip is snacks. You want to bring snacks because it's going to be long days. No matter what school you're at and how intense sorority recruitment is, it's going to be long days, and you should definitely fuel up. Make sure you eat breakfast, dinner, lunch, yeah, all of that, because you're going to need the energy. And make sure that you are getting rest. So after your night is done, you want to go home and you want to like chill and go to bed. You don't want to go home and then like take a couple shots of vodka and go to a club until 3 a.m. and then go back to recruitment the next morning. Like, that's not what you want to do. Yeah, so to finish out, recruitment is not the most fun thing. It was actually like one of the least enjoyable weekends in my college experience last year, and it probably will be again this year. It's not going to be fun as a sister either, but it's for a reason. It's so that the PNMs can find their sisterhood, their new home, all of that shebang. Yeah, so that's why we're doing it, and I promise it's worth it in the end. Just stick with it, but also remember that just do it because you could always like drop out later. You always do have that option. So just know that like you should just try it out, and if you really feel like it's not for you after a couple nights, or even after recruitment's done and before you get initiated into a sorority, you can always drop out. You do always have that option. But my advice is to stick with it as long as you can until you know for sure whether it's for you or not. But that's all I have to say about that, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck with recruitment. I hope it's super successful and fun and everything you hoped it would be, and I hope you find your new home. Bye, guys.